So we need to start the up legal entity creation, right? So that is we have discussed a complete theoretical part from past 4 days onwards, right? So now before we create a legal entity, I just wanted to mention we have some three different uh, portions will be covering in the dynamics. Okay, so one is configurations, the second one is master data, third one is transactional data. As a functional consultant, you have to focus on these three areas. Okay, so configurations or setup is nothing but what we are going to do in the each module. Finance, there are some finance modules, right? How to configure the module. Once the configuration is done, how to post the transactions. So everything in detail we are going to see, right? So in real time configurations in the implementation project, configurations or setup will be done by the consultant. Master data is nothing but the bulk data, masters, important data, like vendors is a master data, vendors data is master data, customers data is master data, bank accounts are master data, fixed assets are master data, products are master data, main accounts are master data. These all data will be calling as a master data. So when we are doing implementation during a testing time, client will give you their original master data, like what are the vendor original names they will be having, right? So 100 vendors or 200 vendors and all. So those details they will be sharing not in the initial of the project. They will share end of the project when we are working on the data migration activities. That time they will share this data we need to upload into the dynamics. So that is a master data. Transaction data is nothing but posting the entries is called as a transaction data. Who will post the entries? Either consultant or a client. Client will post the entries, right? So, but we have to show them how to post the entries, right? So we are going to cover these three aspects of the module wise. These three aspects we will be covering. Okay, so how to configure the complete module, how to upload the master data and all, we'll see it in the end of the session. In the data management, we'll see how we can do this, and transaction, each module how to post the transactions. So three areas we are going to cover in our upcoming training sessions. Okay, so now let us go to the first module, organization administration module. This is not a finance module or this is not a SCM module. It like mm, people will say, right? If it is a finance module, finance consultant should create. If it is a SCM module, SCM consultant should do it. So that is where I'm saying this is not belongs to finance or SCM. It's a no open module. Anybody can work on this. Either finance consultant can create a legal entity or either SCM consultant can create a legal entity. Okay, so that's where in a or in the implementation project, whoever is available on the day to create a legal entity, they will create it. So that is where both SCM consultant and finance consultant should require a knowledge on the legal entity creation. So organization administration module is belongs to both people, not only for one candidate. So everybody should have a knowledge onto this module. What is this module? First of all, this module is purely discussing about legal entity information, how to maintain the legal entity, how to generate the unique numbers, and how to maintain the dimensions, business dimensions. Okay, address related. All these details will be available in the organization administration module. So this module contains legal entity data, entity information, number sequence, it will be there, address format, Address is also available. Address, legal entity information, number sequence, address, business units also available, means operating units, I can say. This is a finance topic, operating units are available. So all these things, if you wanted to manage, you need to work on the organization administration module. So as I said, the first step is creation of legal entity. What do you mean by legal entity? Any idea?
Legal entity is nothing but company,
Yeah, what do you mean by company?
organization.
So what do you mean by organization? What is organization, or what is a company, or what is a legal entity? These all are alternative names, okay? You can call it as a legal entity. In Dynamics, we will call it as a legal entity. In other ERPs, they will call it as a company or company code, or they may call it as organization. So all are same only. What is the definition for legal entity? What do you mean by legal entity? Any idea?
Of accounts.
Mm-hmm. Chart of accounts, okay. Mm-hmm. Anything else? Okay, no problem. So legal entity or organization or company is nothing but it's a legal entity is nothing but it's an organization that has a registered, okay, registration happened to the company. If you don't have a registration, then we will not be calling as a company. So it's not a company. So you have to follow the government procedures to create a company. So it's a organization which has the registration available in the company. Okay, it has a group of people. Okay, we will be having a group of people in the legal entity. So that is a also a company. So when we say what is a legal entity, it's a it is a an organization which has group of people, and it has unique registration, unique registration number provided by the, like any, there are n number of definitions are there. So whatever is comfortable for us, we'll try to define that. That's all, okay? Provided by the authorities. Okay. So now let's see how can we create a legal entity. Okay, just go to home page of the Dynamics. We saw yesterday, right? I'm just closing other tabs, okay? This is the home page of my Dynamics. I have to create a legal entity, right? So let it be, since you have not created your entity as of now, let it be any company here. Don't bother about the company code here. You just directly go to, this is a navigation bar. Okay, if you click on this, it will expand your modules and all. So not only modules, workspaces and all will be available. Regarding workspaces, I will talk later, like data management, electronic reporting, feature management, all those are in workspaces here. Okay, so those are available here, and these are modules. Okay, so now modules are listed in the alphabet order: accounts payable, receivable, asset management, budgeting and all. Just come down, organization administration, right? This is the one, organization administration module, and I have a See, when you click on this, this will select. That means you are into organization administration module and you have this is the information. If you collapse all, this is a total content of the organization administration module. Until you are familiar with the application, until you are very good at topics and all, always work as a collapse mode only. Select the module, collapse, and open one by one and try to find out where exactly the information is available. Okay, so if you click on expand all, in a single slide, you can see the complete module information. See, there are so many. You will get little confused, right? For searching and all, where exactly you will not be able to identify easily. So that's where better collapse and expand one by one. And you can check out, right? Yes, this is not the correct one. Yes, this is not the correct one. Like that, you can identify and you can close it slowly. So that's where work as a collapse mode only. Fine. Now I need to create a legal entity, right? So I think this is the tab, organizations, and I have an option here. Before that, every module will have the similar tabs. Setup tab, if you open any other module also, you will find a setup tab. Periodic, yeah, if you open any module, you will find a periodic. But inside content will be different. Module wise content will be different. But headings are same, 80% same in every module. If you want, you can see in a general ledger module also. Collapse all. Yeah, setup. Ledger setup, journal setup, posting setup. Periodic, period close. Let's open the accounts payable module. Setup. I said right. Periodic task, inquiries and reports. So most of the tabs will be same in every module, but content will be different in each module. Okay. Again, I'm going back to my organization administration module. Click on organizations. Click on legal entities. This is the form in D365. Whatever the form you are opening, see, for example, I'm opening legal entities, right? This is a form. When you open something different, that is also another form. So the terminology should be, you should use it as a form. Legal entity form. Okay, legal entity form. So when you are writing a documentation parallelly, you have to put the heading as a creation of legal entity, and the navigation is nothing but you can mention it as a path or you can mention as a navigation. Go to organization module. What are you doing after that? Organizations. That is a tab name, right? Okay. Then you are clicking on legal entities, right? This is the form. This is how you need to define. So whoever is a senior in the dynamics, they can easily understand this navigation. Okay. So you should go to organization administration module. Then organizations is the tab name. Then you are clicking a legal entity form. That's all. And you can mention what are you doing inside of that. Click new, enter name of the company, name, company code. These details also can be entered. Country and save the form. This is how you have to define your documentation. Okay. And you should add a screenshot also here. When you are writing a user manuals in the implementation project or in the testing cases, when you are doing a testing result document, you have to define like this. Okay. Now I'm going back to the form again. Okay. This is the legal entity form. I can see every form will have the heading. Okay. This is a legal entity form. Okay. Now I'm able to see there is another companies. There are so many list of companies are available. I told you yesterday, some are created by me, some are given by Microsoft demo companies. But why am I seeing this data? Why? What's the reason? Because these companies are available in this environment, and this is the form which is a shared form. Remember this word also, shared form. I will ask you these questions in a later sessions. Okay. So shared form is nothing but you can see other company details also. In Dynamics, there are so many forms which are shared forms. Not only your company data, you can see other company data also. That is called as a shared form. In Dynamics, maximum forms are shared forms only. Not only legal entity, not only number sequence, not only main account, not only chart of account, everything is sharing between other entities also. That is where it is calling as a shared form. So ignore about the other companies. Are you working in other companies now? No, right? We are going to create our own company and we are going to maintain our own company till our course completion, right? So ignore about the current one. Let's create our own entity and we should be able to create an entity in real time in the implementation project. Either finance consultant or SCM consultant will create a legal entity. If your manager asks you to create, you should create. If your manager is asking SCM consultant to create, they will create it. Okay. But the more responsibility with finance only. To be frank, I can say, uh, like for example, 80% responsibility for SCM, 85% responsibility to finance consultant because there are some finance related options are there. That is where finance responsibility is more. Okay, whoever is creating, we should understand how to create it, right? So I'm going to create my new legal entity. Whenever you wanted to create a new data, use the new button here. Click on new. What is the name? What is the name of your legal entity? Mm, my legal entity name is. Yes, tell me which company let's create. What's your favorite company? Give some company name. There are n number of thousand, 10,000 plus companies are available, right?
IBM.
Think I have already created IBM earlier.
L&T,
Maybe
EY.
think that is also I have. Okay, what is the full form of L&T? Something I also
Larsen.
don't know.
La- Lawrence
Larsen.
Quantum.
Okay, that's better. Let's
EY.
keep it as a L&T company, private limited. Okay, fine. This is our company name. Okay, if you want, you can give the full name. When you are creating a data in the implementation project, you should not do your own data creation. You will be always getting a data from the client. Client will tell you what is their full form of the company name, what is the full name of the company, and what is the company code can be maintained. They will tell you. But as a consultant, you should always suggest them. You should always tell them what is the importance of this field. They will understand and they will get back to you. Okay. So now this is a name, right? Okay. The next one, company. This is the company code. Important. So by using this company code, you will generate the reports, you will create the data. In next sessions onwards, you will be logging to the company by using this company code. So it can be a 4 digits, maximum 4 digits. You can create 3 digits also. Company code can be 3 digits or 4 digits. More than 4, you cannot create it. Maximum limit is 4 only. It can be a numbers. Company code can be a number or company code can be a alpha numeric alphabets or it can be a alpha numeric. Okay, these are the combinations. Either it can be a number or either it can be alphabet or either it can be alphanumeric. Means if you wanted to give a number, 1 2 3 4 can be given, or 6 5 7 8 something you can give. If it is alphabets, A B C D or T Y, anything you can give it. If it is alphanumeric, people can give 1 2 AC or BC 7. Like this also they may give it. Okay. So anything is fine. Only number are acceptable. Only alphabet acceptable. Only alphanumeric also acceptable. Okay. So maximum they will not combine. I haven't seen it. alphanumeric related company code. I saw numbering company codes. I saw alphabet company codes. Anything is fine. So now in our case, what can we take? Can we take as a alphabets? Okay. So what can we take? LT, LTC, 3 digits. LTC. This
Anusha,
is
can we
standard.
add like will there be any nomenclature and or any special character can be used in the company characteristics?
No, no, no. You can't. Only it's a alpha, number, and combination.
Uh,
That's all. No
okay.
special characters are allowed. Okay. Um, what can be the name? LTC. I wanted to give 4 digits. Okay, let it be proper way.
Take
LTPL.
zero
Huh?
only.
I said only alphabets I'm going to use, not a number. Okay. LT.
LTPL.
If you want, I think LTPL is fine. LTPL is our company code. You should remember this. Okay, so next one, country. Yes. If it is belongs to India, you should select India. If it is belongs to USA, something. So let me create this LTPL company in India only. So this is one of the important field in the dynamics. Country is very important. Why? Because in dynamics, country specific localizations are there. India. When I say India, there are so many new functionalities in India that you won't find it in USA or UK or anywhere. What is that? India GST, India related GST. So within the India, there are some conditions are available. So all the things if you wanted to meet, you have to select India only. So if you select India country, India related localizations or India specific functionalities, whatever is available in the dynamics, that will get enabled. Okay, if you are working for Australia, you should select Australia. Australia specific functionalities will be visible. That is important. Okay, so yes, now I selected. That's all. Click on OK. Save.
So Anusha, what if we work for two countries,
You have to create two legal entities, two
two
different
legal
legal entities. In real time, every client will have a minimum 3 to 5 companies because we have only country wise, right? So the client has a 5 different legal entity, like 5 different countries they have a business, or else in the within the same country also they may have a different businesses. They will create a 5 different legal entities. Now this is for something IT company. There is a one more business they have it. You can create it as a manufacturing company. Okay. And if you have different countries, then you have to create a different country wise legal entities. Okay. So maximum they will have a multiple companies only in real time. When you are working in the implementation project, first if you create for one company, and most of the details will be common in other companies also, like you can easily copy paste it for other companies. So first we will work on one company. Once that one company is done, parallelly we will start the another company creation and another company copy paste and all. We no need to create the same data. If say same data is using in a other companies also, like a main account, like a vendors and all, we can do the copy paste. That I will explain in a later sessions. Okay, fine. My company is created. Can I delete this company? Yes or no? Can company can be
No,
deleted at any time? Why no?
because we post the transactions and all the uh, to this particular organization
Did we post as of now?
As of
as
now,
of
we
now.
can delete it, but like on going forward, we can't make any changes, neither in the name of the company nor in the abbreviation, the company's LTPL. If you want to make the
Yes,
changes, all the transactions will be revoked.
yes. Okay, valid. As of now, you can delete the company. Okay, you have an option where you can delete the company. One thing. Now, if you wanted to change to your company code, no, you can't change it. It is already saved. See, there is no edit option at all. You can change the name of the company. Company code cannot be changed. Address, country. We have a country, right? It's India. Let me change it to some other country. Yes, you can do it now only, not after posting a transaction. After posting a single transaction to the entity, we cannot delete the entity. We cannot do the changes to the country code also. We cannot change the country code. Very, very important thing we have to remember. So one, and even if you revoke the transaction also, you cannot delete it. Okay, we can reverse it, but both the transactions will be available in Dynamics only. One is posted transaction, one is reverse transaction. Both data available, the balances will nullify as a zero, but still you cannot delete the entity. Okay. Now, there are so many tabs here. General tab, addresses tab, contact information. There are so many tabs are available. The tabs are in horizontal, right? These are in horizontal. What are these tabs calling? We have some name, horizontal tabs. Not only this form. In any form, if you find a horizontal tabs, those tabs will be calling as a fast tabs. Means general fast tab. Click on general. They will say that click on general fast tab. So people will try to see where is a fast tab name. No, it's not. There won't be name visible. The name of the tab is calling as a fast tab. That's all. So address as fast tab like that. Okay, now I will ask you these questions in upcoming sessions. You have to remember. Now this is a general fast tab, right? Click on this. Now memo. Memo is nothing but it's an introduction of your entity. Like what is your legal entity do? What does your business do? High level. Can you explain one sentence? It's a IT company, right? That's what I can say it in one word. It is a IT company. If you want, if your client gives the description of their company, you can mention it in one line. If they don't give it, don't maintain it at all. Okay, it's not mandatory also. If they give it, maintain it, not ignore. Language, yes, language is important, right? They will give you what is the language. It's a India, English India, we have it. And time zone, so it is selected as a US Canada, but I belongs to India, right? So my time zone will be Delhi time zone somewhere. I think this one. Chennai, Kolkata, Mumbai, and New Delhi, right? So select this one. When you are creating a entity in a different countries, select the time zone of that. Okay. Next one. These are two finance related information used for financial consolidation, used for financial elimination process. Please remember there is a concept called as a consolidation, which is not in our scope of the course content, but I will try to explain you if I have some time, because our duration is 2 months, right? I have to cover so many topics, but if I have some time, okay, definitely I will try to highlight what is the consolidation process. Okay, so when you are working for the consolidation, you have to enable these options. Consolidation process. In high level, in one sentence, consolidation is nothing but the entity, you need to create a one new entity called as a consolidation entity. In that entity, you can add multiple entities also. For example, I have a company called as a consolidation company. Within this company, I can add many companies like a just now we created, right? What is that? NTPL, LTPL, LTPL is my company. This I can add it. I can add IBM company. For just an example, I can add TCS company. So in one company, I can map different companies. The purpose of mapping is in the consolidation company, I wanted to see the consolidated report, combined report. I wanted to see the combined report. For that, you will be creating a consolidation module. If your business is asking that, I have three different entities. I don't want to go to each entity and I don't want to see the report. Entity wise, I don't want to see. Entity wise trial balance, I don't want to see. I need one trial balance which contains all three entities data. Is it possible for you to give it or not? Yes. In that case, you have to create a consolidated company and you have to add these three entities and you have to execute some process. Okay. When you execute the process, you will get a single report which has three entities data. That is called as a consolidation. Okay. So the process, there are three steps we need to do it. As I told you, if I have time, I will try to show you those three steps. Now, in high level, remember, consolidation is nothing but it is a consolidated company where we are going to see the consolidated data from the different entities. Whatever entities you wanted to add, that you can select it. So when you are creating a consolidated company, you have to enable these options, these two options. If you enable these two options, this company will be calling as a consolidated company. You will not have option to post transactions in this entity because this is a consolidated entity, right? So since this is enabled, you cannot post. Only you can see other companies data only, that's all. So but this is not my consolidated company, I'm just removing it. Save it. That's all about a general. Let's quickly go to addresses. Yes, there is already address available. You can edit the address. And the purpose of address is business address, home address, delivery address and all. You can select it. Postal code is nothing but pin code, right? So if you drop down, you will find lot of information here, Delhi, something and all. But how does this is existing data, right? How can I create my own pin code numbers, own country, my own state, my own city, everything? How can I create my own data? Yes. Don't close this tab, okay? So when in a real time also when we are working, we will duplicate many tabs. Just right click and duplicate. So there will be a same form open in another tab. From here you navigate it. If you close this, no, your time will be wasting. You have to close this. From the same tab you have to open another one, create the data there and again come back to legal entity. It's a repeating the same activity, right? So if you wanted to come back to this form at any time, let it be open and open in another tab, another page. Organization administration module, global address book, addresses, address setup. Okay, here you will be defining your, see, this is a demo environment where we have already mapped the all the countries, all the details are available. Of course, if you wanted to create your own data or in real time, if there is no country, there is no state details and all, we can create manually one by one. So I am, as of now, I am showing manual creation. Bulk means if you have 10 records, how to use the bulk posting. That is the data management that we can see it later. So first of all, try to understand how manual process is working, right? Okay. So now address format. So the format can be defined. There are already some formats are there. So street, city, this is the first priority. City, state, postal code, this is how they have defined. If you wanted to create your own format, you just click on new, mention something different name. Let me give my company code so that I can remember. LTPL. In the description, you can give the what is the format you are expecting. First should be postal code. Next should be state. Your client will tell you what is the format they're expecting. Accordingly, you should create it. District. Like this, you can define the description. Click on add here. So country is adding by default. Now in the drop down, you can select a postal code. City. Like this, whatever formats you are expecting, please add it from the drop down. Straight and all. Okay. But I just wanted to keep postal code as a up. Okay, this should be in the first. How can I do that? Click on up arrow. The postal code is moving. Okay. So street should be down. How can I keep that? Click on down, 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 down. Okay. So country should be next. Like this. Whatever alteration you want, you can do it. Okay. This is what the format. And you can save it. Okay. The next one. Let's create a country also. Click new. Already countries are available, but you can create if record is not there. India, IND, short name is IND, and long name is India. And address format you can select. The address format just now we created, right? LTPL, huh? And try to save it. I got an error. Can anyone tell me what is this error? Read the error.
Already the India exists with the country and region exist, and the record as languages Indian US, English US.
The record is already exist with the same country IND. There is already exist. Why are you creating duplicate data? ERP will not allow you, right? Duplicate data. So that is one of the feature of the ERP. So there is already available India. I will show you. Yeah, here somewhere I saw. IJ here. Can you see India? It is already there. And why are you trying to create again? Just just to show you, I have tried creating once again, but it is not allowing me because it's a duplicate data. Okay, so that is how you will be creating a country. Similarly, state also. Click on new. So now first select what is a country. IND is my country. After that, what is the state? AP. I think it might be available, but let me try it out. Okay, AP is nothing but Andhra Pradesh. Or let's create a KA. It's a Karnataka. And in India, we have state codes. In the GST, we have state code concept, right? So if it's mandatory when you're working for GST, state code should be maintained. I think for Karnataka, it is 27 or 28. Maybe you can search it in Google, okay? Save it. Not sure whether it will accept or not. Yes, thank God it accepted. Kar Karnataka is there. It's not there already. I have created. Okay. So now country, county also can be created. The same country. You should always select the country. Everything is interlinking now. Try to understand. Country and state also you should select. What is the state? KA. Right? This is a one. Okay, already the different name. Okay. County can be given here. So within the state, you can call it as a county party details. That's where they will call it. If you don't have something, you can just ignore and go to city. Again, I'm creating a city also here. IND. What is a state? You should select first. Okay. It is belongs to KA. Then county also select. Okay. Now city. It's Mangaluru. Mang. Okay. So I have created city. Similarly, you can create a district. Okay, click new, select a country, select a state, everything select and create it. Street also you can create it. So this is how you will be creating a address format. Hope it is clear to everyone regarding address creation. Now I'm going back to postal code. So what I will do, I will select a Karnataka here. State is Karnataka. This one. I did not create a district and all. City we have created Mangaluru. I think we did not create a postal code also, right? Let me create a postal code also. One six seven. Okay, I have created postal code also. Go back here and drop down. You should find the postal code 159. Yes, this is the one. Street, some name you can mention, road number too. These all address you will get from your client only. Okay, this is primary. Perfect. Okay, so I have edited. At any time you can edit the address, no problem. Like this you can add a multiple addresses. So let me add one more address, but at a time one address will be primary. Address to IND. By default it is coming USA. Just make sure to select the proper country. And if I keep this as a primary, this will become non-primary, first one. So that is your wish, which one to be keep it as a primary. But at a time, one address only will be primary. You can edit, you can add, and if you go to more options, advanced. So here, registration type. For SCM consultant, it's not a big deal. What is the registration type and all. But for finance, we are the key resources, right? We need to maintain the registration type also. So you have to, every company when they are registering, they will have a registration number and registration types will be available. So if you drop down, you don't have, yeah, there are some registration types available here, but I will show you how to create a registration types. Go back to your previous screen. Here, registration types under a global address book, registration types and registration type. Country specific registration type we need to create it. So if it is for USA, click new, select the name. Let me keep it as a LTPL. LTPL. Country is it India? Yes. If it is a USA, please select USA. Restricted to, do you want it to restrict it to anybody? Only restricted to person or no, I'm not restricting to anybody, none. It's a unique, it can be updated, it's a primary for country. Enable these all options, or this is not required. If you enable or not, that's okay. Can you see here? It is created. My registration type is created. Now again go back to addresses. If you drop down here, why it's not visible? This is the one, right? LTPL. Okay. So I think this is not required. Primary for country, you don't need to enable, I think. If you enable, it is not visible. Let's again go back and check out. Okay, we understood, right? So if you mention it as a primary for country, there are all, it is okay when you have only single record for your country. But we have for India, there are so many records already available. So if you keep now as a primary, system will not accept you. That's why don't enable this. Just enable only these two and you can see your registration type here. Okay, select a registration type, enter the registration number. You have to enter manually. Let me enter IN012, some number. Your client will give you these details. Okay, save it. Okay, this registration number applies to, okay, sorry, I added to address 2. You should select address 1 and add a registration type. Okay, let me remove this. Okay, address 1 is primary, right? For the primary only you need to maintain the registration number. That's what information also came for me, the message. LTPL and now the provider number. Save it. Done. Okay, this is a finance consultant duty to maintain this. You can edit or you can remove. Now come down here.
Anusha,
Remember, yeah,
whenever we change the address to, we have to add the registration ID to the primary address, right?
yes. Otherwise, when you are generating some tax reports, system will not fetch the registration number. You will say that I have added for this one, but address 2 is primary. So it will always focus on the primary address only. For primary, if you don't have a registration number, it will throw an error. So make sure which address is primary. For that you need to maintain the sufficient details. Okay, clear? Similarly, tax information also. So when you are working for GST, for finance consultant, this is important. Okay, this was I did not mention in SEM class today. Why? Because that is not scope of SEM. It is scope of finance. So here you need to add the GST number. I'm not adding now. I will add when we discuss about a GST module. But this is how you will be adding a GST number. Within the address only, you will be adding a GST number also. These are the two difference points which we have to remember. Just give 1 second. That's all about addresses. We spent a lot of time on this, but that's fine. Now, contact information. Quickly, you can add a contact information, phone number of the company, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, something. This can be primary. Many can be primary contact informations. Okay. Email also can be primary. Whatever is comfortable for you, you can approach in that way. Email, uh, ltpl@gmail.com or something. Some email. I'm just randomly giving some dummy data. Okay. That's all. You can remove or you can edit also by clicking on advanced. Now, this is what we discussed. This is what required for the other people, SCM consultant. But for finance consultant, we have some more important things where we need to focus. So these all are country specific options. Okay. Statutory reporting. Reportings are there, right? Reporting tools will be there. And for reporting and all, we need to have some additional options and all. In that case, if you have this tax representative details, if your client has given, you can maintain it. Otherwise, it's not so important. And registration numbers. This is a one more tab where you can see the country specific options. Japan, Italy. My country is not belongs to Japan and Italy. That's where these all options are grayed out. If you are created any company in this countries, this will enable and you have to maintain some of the details. If they provide, if they don't provide, you no need to maintain anything. Bank account information. Yes, every company will have a bank account, right? Obviously every company will have a bank account. So once you have a bank account, as of now you don't know how to create a bank account, but remember, once you create a bank account in the bank module, you will come to here. In the drop down, the bank account will be visible. You can select it if they ask you to map it. If not, you can just keep it as a blank. So as of now, we are not created bank account. That's where no information is visible. In later sessions, you will learn how to create a bank account, right? So by at that time, you can create a bank account and you can map it if you want here. That is a bank account related. Foreign trade and logistics. When you are doing a import and export between different countries, you need to maintain some details. When you are doing some kind of transactions, DVR number, delivery number of your company and all. Of course, if they provide, maintain it, numbers and all. Otherwise, ignore it. Number sequence, as of now, nothing is added here. Don't worry about this. We have a second step. There we will be creating a number sequences. Additional registration details also can be maintained. Image. This is a okay. So this is a image of the company. Okay. So the home page we have seen it, right? That is the image. You can just select that also. If you wanted to have your own image, click on logo, click on change, and you can select a file. You can browse it and you can select the image from the drop down. You can cancel it as of now. And tax registration number also we have to maintain. Every company will have some tax registration number that you can maintain it. And PAN card, as of now it is grayed out. Company PAN card we will not maintain. Individual person wise we will maintain it. So that's all. This is how the legal entity will be created. Any doubts in the legal entity? I think we cannot create a step number 2. Maybe that we'll see it in a next session.
I have two doubts, Anushka. So
Okay.
one company registered in multiple countries. So